What's going on, everybody? So this has definitely been a pretty crazy week for Facebook ads. I've been getting hit up nonstop by people wanting to know what's going on. There's been people with winning products and they've seen incredibly lower performance. This week has definitely been a pretty tough week for Facebook ads. So I want to go ahead and talk about what's going on and how you can go ahead and fix the problem. What's going on, y'all? I'm Braden Wuerch. I'm here to provide insane value to you guys every day to grow you personally and financially as well. Alright guys, so just like I said, this has been a pretty tough week for most people with Facebook ads. You know, some people have been rocking along great, but for most people, have been seeing declined performance. And you know, ultimately what it does come down to is Facebook ads were more expensive this week. So first off, I want to go ahead and talk about the reason behind this, what actually happened this week to cause that, and then how you can go ahead and beat the problem, how you can fix the problem, because there is definitely a solution. Before we get into it, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for you guys every day to help you grow your businesses to successful numbers. All right, guys, so number one, the first thing is a potential algorithm change. So typically, you know, you're going to be able to easily spot this if you've been in the game for a while. If you've got any bit of consistency, you've even got decent products that have been selling for a few weeks, so you know roughly, you know, with at least within a few $100s, how much you're going to make off that product per day. If all of a sudden, you know, you have drastic performance change with your ads over, I would say, 2-day period, at least 2-day period. The reason I say that is because, you know, some days you're going to perform better than others. You know, just the way the ads get pushed out, all of that. But if you, for 2 days plus, if you see decline in performance, a lot of times it's an algorithm change. And that very well could be what happened this week. But what it probably is, what it most likely is, and I expected this, is the end of the quarter. So this is the end of quarter two. The end of each quarter in the fiscal year for companies, what happens is these large corporations that have these massive marketing budgets, you know, they're allotted this amount of money to go ahead and spend. So what happens is they come up to the end of the quarter, they haven't spent all of their budget, so they go ahead and dump their budget. And so it makes the CPMs and the cost of Facebook ads drastically rise. Usually lasts about a week to 2 week period, but you know, then it goes right back to normal. And actually, a lot of times after you know, the end of a quarter, at the very beginning of a new quarter, the cost of Facebook ads actually, you know, is great. It ends up being much lower. You know, the good news is that whatever this was, whether, you know, this last week was, you know, impacted because of the end of the quarter, whether it was impacted because of an algorithm change or both, it stabilized pretty quickly. Typically with an algorithm change, you're going to see stabilization after 2 to 3 days. It'll go right back to normal. Typically with an end of quarter effect on, you know, the cost of ads, it can take anywhere from, you know, a week to 3 weeks, depending on how bad it was. Back in quarter one, it was actually pretty drastic. It was a, you know, a heavy 2 week period of just, you know, really expensive costs for the ads. You know, this quarter I don't expect it's going to be that bad, and so far it hasn't been. You know, there's definitely ways that you can go ahead and beat this and protect yourself from essentially losing money from both an algorithm change or the rising cost of, you know, the end of the quarter, the rising cost of the ads. So the very first thing is to just rock along. Go along as usual. This is what I do. You know, with this, you know, it's definitely better if you have consistency. You already have some decent or winning products. If you have winning products, you're still going to be profitable during an algorithm change or, you know, end of quarter, you know, price increase. You're still going to be making money off of your winning products. Your decent products, the products that were profitable but, you know, not great, those are the ones you're going to have to keep an eye on. They could be, you know, go down to break even or even, you know, lose money during that time. Now, even with that being said, if you've been rocking along for a while, you've got winning products and you have decent products, even if those decent products, you know, go down to break even or even, you know, lose money during that time, I'd suggest to you to just keep it going. Keep it at the budgets it's at, because once the algorithm change fixes or the cost comes down from, you know, the rising cost of the end of quarter, you're going to be right back up at that budget. You're not going to have to, you know, re-optimize your ads or anything like that. So, you know, I just say bite the bullet for just a couple days. And it's not that bad. If you've got winning products, that's great. Now, if you're just starting out or you haven't really found winning products, you might be profitable, you're just above breaking even, you're not, you don't have anything great yet, what I would suggest to you during this time is to actually lower the budget. So what I found during both algorithm changes and when there's a higher cost of ads, the actual lower the budget, the better the performance is. So, if you get an ad running at, say $5 to $20 per day, that can still be performing pretty good. Even if the CPMs are higher and everything like that, you're still going to have decent performance with your ad, even with a decent product. Now, where you can actually go ahead and, really still benefit from, using a lot of Facebook ads during this time is to go ahead and scale out horizontally. Instead of having a lot of ads that are scaled up, drastically, vertically, higher budgets, what you'd want to do is go ahead and move out. And that way, you could have, 20 plus ad sets at $10 a day performing decently well. And even during an algorithm change, this is a way you can go ahead and beat it. And this is me going through several algorithm changes, me going through several quarter price increases, everything like that. I've been able to test now how to actually go ahead and beat it, and lowering a budget, can actually save you money, and you can actually make money during that time. And then the other thing you can do, and this is the third thing, is to focus on testing. Testing still works great during an algorithm change, during, the price increase, everything like that. One, because it's a lower budget. You're not going to test that, super high budget. At least I'd hope you wouldn't. But then two, what's great is, winning product is still a winning product. A decent product is still a decent product. You're going to know still, when testing, even if it's during an algorithm change or during a price increase like at the end of quarter, you're still going to know whether a product is a winner or a loser. You're going to know whether to keep or kill it after a couple days. So you can still definitely go ahead and test. I get the question all the time during algorithm changes and price increases and everything like that. Is it still an okay time to test? Absolutely. You want to go ahead and find those winning products as soon as you can. Don't wait for, the algorithm change to be done, because you can go ahead and figure it out. And you're honestly, what needs to happen too, if it is an algorithm change and not just, end of quarter price increase, you need to go ahead and figure out, the differences now that happened with the algorithm change. Sometimes with an algorithm change, it's something super minor that you won't even be able to catch. It's something that, it seems like everything goes on as normal. I've had other algorithm changes that I've experienced that you actually have to go ahead and change up your strategy pretty drastically because of what they changed with the algorithm change. So, just keep that in mind now, just to go ahead and put you guys at ease. This last week was nothing major. Everything seems to be back to normal. And actually, the last few days, myself, along with several of my students, several people I talked to, have actually reported, great performance of the last 2 days after the algorithm change or price increase or whatever it ended up being. So, definitely be at ease with that. Rock along. But you guys should be good to go. Just keep this in mind. Anytime there's an algorithm change or it comes to the end of quarter, you could see, and you probably will see, a performance decrease. But the three things you can do is, one, rock along, which is what I do. You can lower the budgets of your ads, or you can just really, really go ahead and use that time to focus on targeting. And there's not really a wrong answer there, except, killing your ads. I would not recommend killing your ads, because if you do have good ad sets before that algorithm change and you kill them, that it's going to be really hard to get those up and going again. Lowering the budget is much better than going ahead and wiping them out completely. But if you found any value in this video, please go ahead and smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for you guys every day to grow your businesses to successful numbers. Keep grinding, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.